Even the day off, I'd say that was well deserved, but we expect him to play tomorrow.
Okay. Anything new with Nikolai Ehlers' status?
He would be day to day.
Day to day.
Day to day.
Any hints based on him not
Day to
being on
day.
the power play?
How did he look with Apple
Well,
and
it's-
Adam?
Adam, he's fine.
With Morgan, Rick, was there any concern about day after swelling or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, we're quite pleased that there wasn't nearly the swelling that we thought there would be. So give credit to our medical staff for taking care of that. That was the big concern coming into today, just how bad it got overnight. But I just talked to him now, so it's as bad as it was. It's about as good as it's going to look, as good as it possibly could be. So there wasn't any major swelling. I think the color is going to start to come out now, the rainbow around the eye. But man, I give him nothing but a ton of credit for coming back and playing, and not even hesitant to get back on the ice and take a run at somebody in the corner.
Right. I suspect in your career you've been in lots of series where as a road team you get that first game. So what have you learned when that happens, what to expect?
The only thing you know in the playoffs that every win gets harder to get, regardless when it is. So we got the first one. Getting win 2 will be harder than getting win game 1. Getting win 3, getting win 4. It just ramps up every series. So regardless who wins that first game, getting that second one is going to be tough. Same as getting the third, and especially not the knockout game. So we know how tough tomorrow's going to be.
Is that where it becomes a bit of a chess match, because they'll make adjustments, so now you have to anticipate the adjustments to maybe make your own adjustments?
Well, there's things that, listen, that's probably one of the best games we played all year. So is there little things that we watch and look from the start of the game to the end of the game? Yeah. And so we know they're going to be a little bit more aggressive tomorrow. We'll prepare for that as best we can.
Rick, was one of the, the bonus positives from that win, the fact that you were able to have such a strong team game without Nikolai, one of your best offensive weapons in the lineup?
Yeah, and it was. And, we moved some guys around. Nino moves up, and Barron moves up. And fortunately, Bears played a lot with Adam and Apple, so there wasn't a big adjustment there. But Nino, as we know, since we got him, he's been on right wing with everybody and left wing with everybody, and he's an adaptable player because of his hockey IQ. So do we miss Nick? Absolutely. His speed, his threat, and he had that power play clicking at the end. It looked a lot better. So do we miss him? Absolutely.
Neil and Kevin made this as well today?
Yes. Yeah.
You look at the time on ice, Rick. Adam Lowry was your biggest minute forward. Is that just an example? People talk about him being on the third line, but that's just a number. And
Yeah.
he was number 1 in ice time.
Yeah, well, you guys always look at minutes, and I always look at shifts. All right. I always look at the number of shifts. He took more shifts because we sent him out for some D-zone face-offs. And and his minutes went up last night because of his presence on the power play. He's going to be a top penalty killer, and I probably send him out 4 or 5 times a game doing a big draw in the defensive zone, which brings his shifts up. So I always look at the number of shifts. I always try to keep that as balanced as possible. Some guys take long shifts, some guys take shorter shifts. So to me, I always measure the shift totals as opposed to the minutes, and then I look at the shift length. Right. When I see guys over 55 over a minute, then I have to reel them back in a little bit, try to keep the shift shorter. But the shift totals, his are up, and because of more of the face-offs and the fact that he went back in the power play.
What do you see from Dylan Samberg in his debut? I thought he was one of the under-the-radar stories in Game 1.
Yeah, listen, he played very steady, and that's what we need from him. He moved the puck well, he defended well, he was physical in the corners and around the net front, which we need him to be. He's a big, strong guy. So for his first playoff game against the best team in the Western Conference, give him full marks. He played very, very well.
Just one, Rick, on that third goal, you had Nino and Vlad, and they're both right in front of the net, kind of causing chaos. Like, obviously you loved the goal because of when it was scored and what it meant, but you must have also loved how it was scored, because that's an example, right, of what you've been preaching.
Yeah, exactly. That was a hard-fought goal. It started on the boards, the face-off, started battling on the boards, and we won that. Yeah, and again, getting players to the net. Now, could Nino have shot that? Yeah. right? But he made a great play to wheel. So yeah, no, that was a hard-working goal. We need to be around the net, and listen, there again, they block a lot of shots. They're very good in their net front, and you've got to get bodies in there, and you've got to be able to find those loose pucks and make plays, and they did that.
Anything surprise you about the Golden Knights team last night?
No, not really. Listen, Bruce and his staff have done a great job here. This is the top team in the Western Conference for a reason. They're very well balanced. They have a lot of speed. Their defense are coming, and they've got some great players back there. So no real surprises. Again, we have nothing but a ton of respect for the way this team plays.
Bruce didn't seem too thrilled with the way that Winnipeg controlled the neutral zone last night. It looked like you guys are getting trackbacks from your forwards that you've probably been hoping for a while, eh?
Yeah, well, that's our game. That's Winnipeg Jet Hockey when we're pressuring the puck, and which allows our defense to stand up as much as we can. There was a couple of times that we swung away the wrong way, and we let them come skate down the middle. We're trying to take away the middle of the ice. That's when we're at our best.
Shinner.
Thanks.